Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Is everything working? So, as anybody who has ever watched any of my live streams knows, these are always glorious train wrecks. And today I've got a lot of people along with me on this train wreck. I got a whole crew of people. I'll introduce them all in a second. But right now, I'm going to take a second and make sure everything's working. You guys chime in and let me know if you can hear me okay. Hope you enjoy my hat, because guess what? There's sun. We've got sun. We've been sitting here setting up in totally overcast skies all morning, wondering what we're even doing here. And now, like, there's sun. We might actually get a shot of this. As you can see in the corner of the screen here, we got a shot from these guys back here. Can you see them back there? We got Nick, we got Bill. Wave hi. I think they're covered up with my widgets, but so yeah, we're here, guys. We might actually catch a little bit of the eclipse. I believe the actual taking a bite out of the sun thing is going to start, what, in like 5 minutes or so? But I got a timer up there for the path or the time to totality. We'll catch all that. It's going to be a whole thing. We're going to hang out. I honestly didn't think we'd get anything, so we might actually have some stuff. So cool. Where to start? So let me start by testing out a few things. Forgive me, just kind of get my bearings here. Like I said, these are always really interesting. Oh, so many comments coming in. All right, cool. So we got like 1,200 people watching right now. Nice. Oh, and you can see my actual thing on the screen. I didn't know you could do that. Interesting. Okay. Nothing like just figuring the stuff out after you go live. That's how I roll. So here's the deal. I'm going to just kind of hang out. We can talk Eclipse stuff. I can answer questions. I'm going to put the sun up in the window here. Actually, we're not seeing the sun. Camera 3, is that what that is, or 4? Oh, it's because of the clouds? Okay, so we actually have some clouds covering it right now. Okay. Well, we're gonna be doing a lot of that today. Oh, there we go. Yes. Now we got it. As soon as I pull it out, the clouds cover it up. We'll tell you what, I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. And okay, whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. You guys clicked on a video that said, let's stare at a cloudy sky together, so that's basically what we're going to do. By the way, a little sunspot here. We caught a little sunspot on here we noticed earlier. Sweet. I'm glad you got the little notification sound on my computer there. All right. Let me see if I can see some. If you guys do a super chat, I want to make sure and answer your super chat. Hyder Al-Kazmi said, cool hat. Thank you for that. I started to do this sans hat, but then the sun actually came out. And I was like, I'm going to not only get really hot, but I'm going to get like all kinds of skin problems. And there's a plane flying over. So Patrick says, your mic sounds a bit tinny, like gain is too high or something. And greetings from Serbia. I think it's just the connection to Serbia is maybe the problem. Is that? No, that's not it.
Gain has been adjusted.
Gain has been adjusted. That's from Bowie. Bowie, sorry. I'm from Texas, so it's Bowie around here, you know.
Maryland as well.
Oh, we got a little bite out of the sun right now. It's starting to happen. It's starting to happen, guys. Okay, so yeah, here's the problem. This is me trying to figure out my my system here. So I can see super chats on the page. But in the thing where I can actually like click on and put somebody up here, there we go. That's what I was trying to figure out. Let me get that so you guys can pop up and you can see yourselves on the screen, which is kind of cool. Stretch that out. Like I said, I like to figure this stuff out after I go live. That's, you know, that's how I roll. And you can see it starting. Yay. Get the camera. It says, let's take a walk. Okay, hang on one second. I got to clear some stuff. Okay. So yeah, we're hanging out, guys. If you guys have questions, Eclipse questions, other questions, you want to talk about my hat, we can do that. But actually, let me take just a second. First of all, I'm going to check the sun. Yeah, we got a bite. We got a bite going. So cool. So I've never actually seen a full-on total solar eclipse before. I've never seen it. I've seen, like we had the annular eclipse just last fall, which was pretty cool. But everything that I've heard about an actual solar eclipse is completely, like a total solar eclipse is completely different from seeing an annual or annular solar eclipse. I'm kind of just sitting here like you guys. I'm just like watching the footage and being happy about it. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm a little bummed that I can't see who the super chats are in my software here. Oh, there we are. I can do that. Yay. Joe, figuring things out. I want to make sure if people do a super chat that I call you out and give you a little screen time because it's very nice of you to do that. And it is appreciated. So, we're behind the cloud again, it looks like. It's just going to be going in and out. So we're just going to do that. So hit me up with questions, especially if it's a super chat. I'll make sure I can get to it. But otherwise, I could just talk about Eclipse stuff. I've been kind of watching a lot of podcasts and videos and stuff on Eclipse things. So there's some stuff in my brain regarding Eclipse stuff. Hey, you want to talk about like fun words? Let's talk about fun words. First of all, I'm a word guy, so I like to talk about fun words. Disaster is one of my favorite words because the origin of the word disaster came from comets. This is Joe talking like sciencey, nerdy stuff. So when comets appeared, of course, back in the day when they didn't know any better, they thought that it was a harbinger of like horrible things and calamities and whatnot. So like the king was going to die or something like that. So when the astronomers, which were like the scientists and spiritualists and astrologers all wrapped up into one at the time, they would look up in the sky, they'd see a comet, and they would predict something awful happening. So they would call that a bad star because it was like a star that appeared in the sky that foretold bad things. So dis, Latin for bad, like disappointment, disgusting, that kind of thing. Aster, asteroid, astronaut, astronomy, disaster, bad star. So that's where the word disaster comes from. And I guess over time, like the events, the calamities that took place during a disaster became known as the word disaster. But the word stuck. Disaster, bad star. I always love that. I thought that's fun. I keep looking at that camera when I'm actually on this camera right now, aren't I? I'm going to look here then. How about that? Another word that I found interesting as I'm looking through all the like eclipse stuff and sun stuff and moon stuff. The word helium actually came from the sun, like Helios, because they actually found helium in the corona of the sun during an eclipse. Because when the moon covers up the sun, just perfectly, you get to see all the little atmosphere around the sun, which is all the little magnetic field lines, they're spewing plasma, blowing it around and stuff like that. They couldn't see that until there was an eclipse and they could see it. And they did some spectral imaging and did all this stuff, and they figured out that this is like this whole new element that doesn't exist on Earth. They didn't think so back then anyway. So there was this element that didn't exist on Earth anymore, or at the time, and they named it after the sun, helium. There you go. These are fun little nerdy word things that I love because I'm a nerd about stuff, word stuff. All right, so Frogman sends a super chat, $5. Thank you, Frogman. Fun frog fact. Oh, Frogman gives frog facts, I guess. A tornado caused thousands of frogs to rain from the sky in 2005 in a town in Serbia. I did a video one time about crazy stuff falling from the sky. By the way, I had to look this up for something the other day. I've done over 800 videos on this channel. I was trying to calculate how many thumbnails I've made because I do multiple thumbnails for each video. So I've done, it's in the thousands. That's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, I did a video on like crazy stuff that fell from the sky, crazy weather phenomena and stuff like that. Not too long ago, I covered the Oakville Blobs mystery, which was a town in Washington State, I believe, where these weird blobs fell from the sky. And to this day, they still don't know what caused it. But frogs, yeah, that happens. So haters asking, how's my day been? My day's been stressful, dude, because clouds everywhere for one thing, and lawn guys, 2 different teams of lawn guys came in our neighborhood. Literally, I'm not kidding, like when I first started playing the music for this thing, they were still mowing right across the alley and making a lot of noise. And then it ended, so it's all kind of starting to work out. And now there's a plane flying over. All right, we got Dances with the Gerbils. I love it. How long between being in the path of totality for a particular location? Oh, like over time. So, okay, we can talk fun fact that I found out. It was was it the Sumerians or the Babylonians? Actually, I have this written down. Let me take a look. I want to make sure I can get it right. The Babylonians, yeah, they figured out that there were 18-year cycles between when the eclipse happens in generally the same place, meaning the path takes the same, well, the shadow takes the same path across the planet. They figured out, yeah, there's 18-year cycles between the shadow taking the same path. But, of course, with the Earth rotating, that doesn't ensure that it's going to take place in the exact same place. I don't have that number in front of me. I imagine there's a lot of math. I did see that there's a city, I want to say it was in Indiana. I forget the name of the city, but it was in the path of totality in 2017, and it's in the path of totality this year. So that was extremely rare that one place would get 2 totalities in such a short order. But I think it's fair to say it's going to be a long time. I think it's going to be like 40 years before it happens here again. I'm in Dallas, for those who don't know. So, and we're behind a cloud right now. It's coming back out. I'm glad we're getting anything. Literally, like, all morning, it was just like super overcast. We're going to get little pieces of it. So, I don't know that I could give you a straight number on like how long between being in the path of totality, but it is definitely a long time. So back to Patrick. So connection to Serbia. I made a joke. Sure, because Europe has no internet. Yeah, you do. Do you have any concrete plans for your time out? Oh, you saw the newsletter email. Okay, so for those who don't know, I do have a newsletter that I just started, actually at the beginning of this year, so I've only put out 3 of them. I did make an announcement in the newsletter that literally went out at like 10 o'clock last night, that things are going to be posting a little bit more regularly on the channel for a little while. We're kind of working out some things behind the scenes, and honestly, I kind of want to try some new stuff. You know, I've been doing kind of the same thing for like 10 years, and I've been wanting to make a bit of a pivot on the channel for a while. As they say, it's kind of hard to, you know, change the tires when you're driving 50 miles an hour. That's the phrase that I've been using. But so yeah, we're gonna go down to like once every 2 weeks. So like, I didn't put out a new video today. This is kind of serving as the video for today. Luckily, there was an eclipse today. Who would have thought? But we do have one coming out next Monday. Still need to shoot it. And there'll be one 2 weeks after that. So for a while, it's just basically going to be every other week instead of every week. How long that's going to last, I'm not sure. Maybe a couple of months. I'm hoping by maybe the end of May, early June, we'll be kind of back on track for everything. But thank you for asking, and thank you for being part of the newsletter. And I haven't really announced the newsletter openly, like on a video or anything, but I guess I'll announce it here. I don't really have a way for you to sign up for it, though. I need a landing page for people to go to. I'm good at this. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm trying to think of like how could I put this out there for you guys to sign up for it, but I don't have it. I'll announce it soon, and if anybody wants to be on there, you can sign up. So Tony Allen, melancholic eclipse. Aren't we all just chasing shadows anyway? Ooh, that's deep. I like it. Aren't we all just chasing shadows? Isn't life just us chasing shadows? Shadows of our past, shadows of our insecurities, shadows of our ancestors, shadows of just the angst of being alive. Who would have thought I'd go existential with this? By the way, I was thinking about this the other day. If you're ever curious just how much my channel has changed over the years and like the kind of stuff that I talk about. Oh, hey, Nick, I just got your message that you're here. Cool, all right. A little slow on the draw today. I did a video early on, maybe it might have been in 2017, actually, when the last eclipse went through. I'm laughing now. I did a video that sort of kind of made the argument that the total eclipse is like proof that we're living in a simulation. Nobody's laughing at that. Everybody should be laughing at that. Because it's just so weird, the coincidence that the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, but it's 400 times further away. So in the sky, they're the exact same size. And they just happen to cover up perfectly. And I just was like, what are the odds of that? The odds are incredibly small. We're the only planet in the solar system. We're the only planet that we know of in the universe where things line up perfectly like that. I say that, you know what, I'm lying, actually. There is another planet that I saw. Do I have the name for it? They have found an exomoon, or an exoplanet, whose moon is just the right size and would actually produce the same effect, they think. But it's just like a bunch of letters and numbers, and I don't have it in front of me. So they did find one. But the problem is finding exomoons is really hard. I think they've only found a handful of them so far. There's a channel, if you're not following it, you absolutely should. It's called the Cool Worlds channel. And they do, I think they run something called the Cool Worlds Lab. And that's what they're doing, is they're basically trying to get actually I think they just secured time on JWST to study exomoons, which is like super cool. So hopefully we'll find some more exomoons, and maybe there's more places out there that have this weird, freaky coincidence that we have. And maybe it's, I don't know, not a simulation necessarily. Who would have thought? Adjust the camera focus. It's slightly out. And two small jet planes just passed in front of the sun. That's funny. See, is that better? We got two different cameras on it, by the way. I don't know how to position myself so you can see. So we got like two guys back here. That's Bill, that's Nick. And they got two different focal lengths or two different zoom lengths on there. So we got a couple different options for you. So Zazium, thank you for that super chat. You say the cloud cover here in Canada is no joke at the moment. I hope it clears a bit more soon. Niagara Falls is packed with people. So yeah, like everybody kept saying that like Maine and Vermont and maybe some of Canada, I guess like Nova Scotia possibly, was gonna actually be the clearest places to go for this. I never thought I'd be jealous of Maine so much. I don't have anything against Maine. Maine's fine, but I've never been there. But yeah, it's funny because I mean, there's still a lot of cloud cover here. We're basically just getting little patches in between. We'll see what happens. I mean, we got a little bit of it on here. I know it might be a little bit worse down in Austin. In fact, I could probably, hang on one second. Let me see something here. I could pull up Tim's live stream down in Austin. He has special guests. It's just me. I'm just Ken. Oh, something fall? Oh, just Eclipse glasses. So they got a little bit, they're going through the clouds a little. I don't know what feed they have there. It's pretty cool. Maybe they have like an infrared thing that goes through the clouds or something. That's handy. But that's what he has going on. And back to me. How about this? Yeah, while the cloud cover's going on, I'll just have a shot of me here. And let's just keep going with the questions because I got some questions and super chats coming in. I appreciate you guys so much. A pink ice cream cone. Okay. Thank you for the super chat to say a pink ice cream cone. Susan G says, hello from Los Angeles. Thanks for doing this Eclipse live. Hey, Susan. Yeah, I just got lucky that I'm in the path. I'm like right here. I get to see it for myself, and I thought let's just get in here, see what we get. I could talk about some of the plans that we originally had. Like we've been talking about this for a while, obviously. And let's see, what were the things we were talking about? We were talking about doing like a whole event, like in a park somewhere with a bunch of people, some food trucks. Like this is kind of where we started. And it got pared down to like, how about we just sit in someone's backyard because it's going to pass over no matter where you are. I did get invited to a rooftop thing in downtown Dallas, which probably would have been really cool. The problem with all those places, though, is that there's going to be a whole bunch of people, which I have to say I do kind of wish I was like in a crowded place and like hanging out with people, have a whole like crowd effect going on. It might be kind of cool, but also when you have a whole bunch of people, that's a whole bunch of people like streaming and Instagramming and that kind of thing, and the reception, the feed would have been probably kind of shoddy. So I get a nice clean feed here, and it's right here in the backyard. So, but now actually, you know what you're actually seeing? This is special, you guys. This is actually special. You're getting a double eclipse. You're getting a moon eclipse, and you're getting the clouds eclipsing the moon. So double eclipse. And hot dogs. What's going on in this camera? Is that even the right camera? Oh, there you go. Yeah, we got hot dogs in the background there. Damien, that's Damien with the hot dogs. Cooking up some dogs. So it's not just me. We got a team hanging out here. All right, let's get to some more questions. $2 from Income Option Trading. What was the music you played opening the live? Oh, I love that song, don't you? Don't you love the song? I talk good. Hello, Zozo. Who wants to see Zoe? Nobody wants to see Zoe. Just follow me everywhere. What was the music? I got it from Epidemic Sound. It was some royalty-free music. I actually used it at Halloween when I did the script read, the live stream that we did. It's just kind of some fun techno synth stuff. Well, she's barking at the sun. What's the name of it? It's called 89. Honestly, that's the name of the song, is 89. But I think it's a fun little thing there. Jennifer McMillan, super chat. Thank you very much for that. Rodrigo Rosler. There's an 8-minute eclipse over the Valley of the Kings in 8 minutes? Wow. In 2027. So you guys want to go to the Valley of the Kings in Egypt in 2027 and do this again?
Yes.
Yeah? An 8-minute eclipse. It's only going to be like 4.5 minutes today. But so here is actually one of the better places time-wise to watch it. So we're going to get a, again, assuming... we might just wind up being... it might just get dark for a minute. That'll be interesting too, I guess. Oh, that's funny. When I click onto a different scene, it gives me the old chat. That's weird. Sorry, getting caught up. All right. And Hyder commented again. Hello from Italy. My favorite snack. What's my favorite snack? What's my favorite snack? Bugles. I'll go with bugles because you can put them on your fingers and like make claws, right? Not a lot of snacks you can make like weapons out of. Although I don't think you can do a lot of damage with bugles, but if you try hard enough, you never know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with bugles because, like, actually, my wife and I were at an airport, and like you know how you eat weird things when you're traveling and you don't really have access to the normal food that you have. Like, I went to one of those like not Hudson House, what's that called? Hudson News or whatever. Anyway, go grab some snacks. I grab bugles. That's how I know it's my favorite, because when all bets are off, I just grab the bugles. Speaking of snacks, we got hot dogs coming out. You guys might get to see me eat a hot dog on screen.
Mustard, relish, ketchup.
Just mustard for me. Ben Peterson asked, OnlyFans with Joe? I don't think there's anybody on the planet that wants to see Joe do an OnlyFans. Unless I'm doing something weird, non-sexual. I don't think anybody wants that. Could you see me doing an OnlyFans?
That would be funny.
That'd be funny?
Yeah. Your hot dogs can.
Bring up OnlyFans and then you talk about my hot dog. Okay, there's kids watching.
Someone did ask, there are sun temples. Are there eclipse temples?
Are there eclipse temples? I don't know. Are there eclipse temples? Did somebody ask that in the...
Kane Rockhound.
Kane Rockhound. Are there eclipse temples? I doubt it. I would think not, because it happens so irregularly. If somebody built a temple, especially a long time ago, to something that was so irregular that they didn't even, like, they couldn't predict it. I guess they could back in the Babylonian times. You got me with that one. I don't know if there's an eclipse temple. I couldn't imagine such a thing. So Tattooed by Sage, or Siege, thank you for that super chat. Don't forget to catch the shadows on the ground as the eclipse happens. It's amazing. Yes, yes. We were gonna have a little poster board thing, and then when it got so cloudy, we kind of just put the kibosh on that. So yes, if we think of it, we might set that up and get a shot of it or something. But yeah, so we can talk about that. So when you see the eclipse, when the sun starts to get eaten away and becomes more of a crescent, shadows do weird things because it's more vertical. Let's just say it's vertical instead of horizontal. But if it's vertical, then the shadows vertically look clean, but horizontally look fuzzy. So you can like hold up something and look at it and see that like one direction it's thank you, sir. Double dog. One direction it's fuzzy and one direction it's not. But like my favorite thing about eclipses, and again, I've never seen a total one, but I've seen partial ones, is like you said, looking at the ground, looking at the way the light passes through the trees from the leaves onto the ground and stuff. Everything becomes a little crescent, and there's like just this quality to it. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like the light just takes on a different quality. I don't know how else to put it. It just, things look a little sharper. Does that make sense? I don't have the scientific knowledge to really back this up with real words or anything, but like when I always had bad eyesight when I was a kid, obviously I got my glasses. These are more for close-up vision, but I was always nearsighted when I was growing up. But you could do this thing I learned when I was a little boy, like make a little tiny pinhole in your hand, and it actually like brings things into sharper focus. This is actually why, again, with my, thank you LASIK for giving me no close-up vision anymore. Having more light is easier to see because your iris closes tighter and it brings things into sharper focus. When it's nighttime, actually your eyes have more trouble focusing because your iris is bigger. So it's kind of the same thing with the eclipse. When it closes down the size of the sun, things tend to just sharpen. And that's that quality I'm talking about. It's like somebody turned up the sharpness on your TV or something, but it's everywhere. So yes, you're right. It is amazing, and it's super interesting when you sit down and think about it. Super chat from Uton G. Thank you for that. No question. I just appreciate the super chat. Same with Victor Garza or Grassa.
Tesla asked a question. I don't know if you've answered it. Effects on gravity during the eclipse?
I saw somebody talk about this. So there are some people that think that like there's more earthquakes because we just had an earthquake in the East Coast. Yeah. There are people that think that maybe the eclipse has something to do with that. It's not the eclipse. But in general, like tides are generally a little bit stronger when it's a new moon, when the sun and the moon are lined up, because the gravity is all stretched in one direction. But that happens every month. And obviously anytime there's a total solar eclipse, then all the planets, or it's all lined up in one direction. So you might be more likely to see weird gravitational things happen. Now, let me click over here so you can see the whole thing again. There we go. You might be more likely to see things like that happen, but it's not because of the eclipse. It's not because the sun is being eaten. It's because the planets are lined up just right. And that's something that happens every month. That's my answer to that. Let's see. So Sandy Masquith? Thanks to the whole team for doing this. Thanks, everybody, from Sandy. Let's all chant no clouds for Joe and hope we can blow those clouds away. Hey, I'll take it if it works. I was kind of wondering, like, what we could, not what we could do, but what we as humans could do if you really wanted to ensure that the clouds went away. I guess you could, like, you know, set off a nuclear weapon or something. Should we do that? Anybody have a nuclear? Nobody thought to bring a nuclear weapon. You brought all this stuff. Not one nuclear weapon. You can see. I don't think you can unseed clouds. Actually, that's a good question. Like, could you like just fly a dehumidifier to just suck all the moisture out of the air? BTK. Oh, wasn't there a serial killer named BTK? Cloud cover or barbecue smoke? We do have a little. No, it's not even smoking right now. Cloud cover. It's cloud cover. Kane, rocking. Oh, here we go. This is the question about the solar temples or eclipse temples. So there's your answer. I already answered that. What would you say? Wait, what would you do if you say is yes would go? From Holly. Well, thank you for the super chat. I'm not sure what you're asking. See, this is one of my problems with live streams. By the way, anybody who doesn't know, I do a live stream for the Patreon supporters twice a month. So if you enjoy this beautiful train wreck that I am performing here, you can see that twice a month with a very small group of people, and it's actually really cool because I've gotten to know all of them. But one of my big problems with live streaming is that there's this delay between when I say something and when you guys see it, and then there's a delay between when you guys see it and you respond, and then there's more of a delay between me seeing that and getting to it and commenting. So a lot of times people make comments on something that I say, and I'm just like, what? That was like 5 minutes ago. I don't know what I said. But what would I do? What would I do if I say is yes would go? I'm sorry, I don't know how to answer that. From Rodrigo, you say OnlyFans idea. Assware would Joe? Nah. Oh, assware instead of answers. I get it. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants that. Are we seeing any like shadow effects just yet? Maybe not quite yet. Maybe we should get a little poster board set up and so you can see a shadow on it. Hang on. I check with my own eyes. I don't trust the camera. Wow. Maybe I should have my reading glasses on when I do this. That is so crisp. Go ahead. We're just hanging, man. We're just doing a thing. I'm going to take a bite of my hot dog. Double dog. This is what you guys signed up for. I don't know what to tell you. I'll cover my microphone so you don't have to hear me chewing. I'm so glad I left the word assware up on screen for that long. Cool. All right, Isaac Elliott, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for doing this live. I took a morning nap and woke up with no time to drive anywhere. It's been kind of a mess in Dallas lately, I gotta be honest. I knew that eating this hot dog would be a bad idea. Hang on. I might have to just stop talking every once in a while.
It's going to 3. There you go. 3. Go ahead, Bill. Do your thing.
Okay. Yeah, eating that was a bad idea. Yeah, no, the traffic has been kind of wild around here lately because of all the people coming in. Have you seen? If I could find it, I'll pull it up. But have you seen the image of the Airbnb, like the sold out Airbnbs that like literally just follows the path of the eclipse just perfectly? It's funny to me. So yeah, anybody that's in the path, like, be careful if you're on the road.
Yeah.
It's okay. So yeah, actually, I want to make some predictions real quick. Let me. I've been saying all week that somebody's going to do something crazy during the eclipse because some people take this way too seriously and imbue way too much meaning into it. You know, like YouTubers who say it's proof of simulations. Yeah, okay. So I saw some footage. I'm really curious if this happens. I saw some footage of some place during 2017 where it was like a shot of the town and you could see all the lights on and stuff, and like fireworks were going off. Like people were setting off fireworks. And I have heard in our neighborhood in this last week, people setting off fireworks. So that's on my bingo card for today. I want to see if, like, when things go dark, I want to see if people start setting off fireworks around here. It would not surprise me in the slightest. Or firing off guns. You didn't bring fireworks? I wanted the big cannonball. So let's see if that happens. All right, so I think it's alive, maybe correcting me here. More vertical on the overlay, the longer one, specific spot. You missed my first super chat by a minute. Okay. Well, you're from New Zealand. Wow. We got some people from the other side of the world. Okay, so the more vertical line on the overlay, the longer in one specific spot. I may have said that wrong. I know that, like, just as the sunlight gets more vertical, it messes with the shadows in different directions like that. So, but I may have said it the wrong way. It's always possible. Casio. I used to have a Casio calculator. Shiba Dog raising an arm to greet someone asking, how's it going? It's going well. We got a little sun. This is like more than I really thought we would get. It's still hit and miss though, because there it goes. And one is a super sticker. Oh, it was a super sticker. See, okay, again, in my software, it just comes up with a description. It doesn't show the sticker. That's why I was like, huh? To be fair, I say that quite a bit at a lot of things. Super chat from Ethan Labor. Thank you very much. Mr. Tibb sent a super chat and says, don't mean to spoil the eclipse for you, but Bella chooses Edward. Oh. Spoiler alert. I haven't finished the book yet, Mr. Tibb. They call me Mr. Tibb. Oh, Smoothie Monty donated $20 and says every live stream you should shout out hot dog. How about we all say it at once? Everybody on the count of 3, everybody yell hot dog. 1, 2, 3, hot dog. All right, so that was like 7 people that should get me for the next 7 live streams. Because, like, otherwise people would be like, why did you just yell hot dog, you child? Was that Phoebe? That was not my dog. That was my producer, Damien. BTK says, if you didn't tell neighbors first, you could have declared it and been a god. Declared it. Declared what? How do you know my neighbors don't already think I'm a god? What kind of neighborhood do you think I live in? Actually, I'm surprised I'm not seeing other people in their backyards looking. We do, by the way, have a drone that we're going to put up like during totality, and I'm not sure if we'll be able to stream it to this.
It looks really cool back here.
Oh, I'm seeing what you're seeing, right? Yeah. Anyway, no, we do have a drone here, and we're going to try to stream it. It might not be possible, but we're going to get the footage, and See, the problem is, like, I'm just kind of in, you know, a neighborhood, lots of trees, lots of houses, and one of the coolest effects, apparently, in a total solar eclipse, is being able to see basically a 360-degree twilight, like all the way around you. So I'm gonna get a drone and go up in the air. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I already feel a little bit bad about it because drones make so much noise, and I always hear like one of the cool things about eclipses is like everything gets silent and the animals act differently and everything. So I kind of feel bad about making drone noise, but I think it's gonna be a really cool shot. So I'm gonna do it. I'm not like on a mountaintop somewhere, so I got to do that. Cyber Shaman X with a super chat. Watch for shadow bands a couple minutes before and after totality. So yeah, those are the shadow snakes. Is that what they call it? Again, it all depends on what these clouds do. That's why I didn't even set up a pinhole thing so that you could see what that looked like, because I honestly wasn't sure what we were going to get. So just curious, we got 35, almost 3,600 people watching right now. Cool, thanks for being here. This is awesome. I really didn't know how many people would show up. There's so many live streams going on right now. Tim's got a great live stream going on with like big special guests and stuff. In fact, why don't we check in on what he's got going on? Still cloudy down there, but I think they have an infrared camera on the sun. I'm not sure. I guess they're not showing it right now, but so it's totality there at 132. 132. Ours is hitting at 140. So I was really hoping, by the way, this map that I've got up here, I was really hoping I could have like a live animation of like the shadow going across. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find that, but anyway. I can't believe we're actually seeing a sunspot. That's wild. So cool. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to see the little shadow bands and stuff. I've got a pretty nice little concrete thing here. Maybe we can get a shot of it.
I know.
We're kind of just winging it, guys.
We got what we got, yeah. No worries.
When you hear your producer say, "We got what we got," it's like, yeah, okay.
It's looking good.
Moving on. All right, so we got Maxwell Green with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that. Been a big fan of your channel for the last 4 years. Appreciate that, dude. I just recently moved to Dallas and Plano. Would love to interview you and talk about your story and the impact you've had on others. Well, okay. Go to my is it the website? Either go to the website, I think there's a contact page there, or if you go to the about page of the channel, yeah, there's an email there that you can reach out to, depending on what you got going on. I actually need to make an effort to get on more like podcasts and stuff like that. I'm interesting, people. I want to talk. See how good I am at talking in this live stream? Like, why wouldn't somebody want me to take over there? Anyway, Wondering Stars, $2 super chat. Woohoo! Thank you for doing this awesome live. Thank you for that awesome super chat. Appreciate that. Yeah, there was some money spent on this equipment, so all those super chats really do help, and I appreciate it. Bert watches. Oh, what an awesome photo. Bert Reynolds. Thoughts on CERN eclipse theories? Oh, there we are. You were talking about the CERN eclipse conspiracies? Oh, okay. Well, do you want to come in here and talk about it? Because you're the one that read about it, I guess. So this is. Tell you what. Let me put on this camera.
Let me give you a mic. Oh.
So I'm going to pull in my producer Damien because he was just talking about this. Oh man, I hate the way this like changes the chat whenever I do that. So basically, like you like watch TikToks, and there were a lot of like weird eclipse CERN theories and stuff.
So the question is, why today? Why would they fire up CERN today of all the days?
Well, why would the lawn guy do the lawn today? Why would anybody do anything today? You know?
Oh. You mean they're just working?
I think they might just be working. That might just be a thing they're doing. So, so you're not really in the shot. Maybe we could. All right.
Hey, kids.
So this is Damien.
Howdy, hi.
And maybe you can be heard on my microphone. Oh, we got a boom. Cool.
So,
all right. So yeah, like explain the woo-woo.
I like to bring Joe all the weird stuff I find on YouTube just to frustrate him. Mostly just bizarre conspiracy theories.
Eat a hot dog while you talk.
Yeah, dude, double dog. But The ones that I've been seeing is CERN firing up, and then NASA is firing 3 rockets today, and one of the rockets just happens to be named after the Egyptian god of death.
What is that? What is that?
I knew you were gonna say that. I don't. However,
anybody happen to know the Egyptian god of death?
Anyone? Bueller?
Not Ra, is it?
No.
That's the sun.
That's a sun.
That's the sun.
I'll look it up.
Ra's getting eaten today.
So the question is, from the conspiracy theorists, why is CERN going on today, and why would NASA shoot rockets? And you know, if you don't understand it, it must be conspiracy theory.
Anubis.
Anubis. Really? They're named the...
That doesn't sound right. It's named after... Is it?
That's what it says.
Look up what the name of the NASA rockets are that are going up today. This is me to get this wrong. Watch, it's going to be some Greek god of wine, Dionysus. The other one from a lot of televangelists was really good. This is not an eclipse. This is prophesied. So there's no science in this.
Okay, so would that be the rapture?
Yeah, this is the final days.
I saw somebody say like they wanted to get a bunch of like blow up dolls and fill it with helium.
They did that
and
in
have
New York.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on this morning. There's just all these bodies floating up in the air, and someone's blowing a horn.
Or just like leave clothes laying around in the streets
Just crumbled.
randomly.
Yeah. Boots, and then all the clothes are on top of it.
But then they would have to like be on their back with their shoes above them before they...
I never felt like they really thought through all that in those movies where people are suddenly raptured because the clothes are like folded nice and everything. They're on the
Well, you know,
very clean rapture.
it's like making your bed after you get up in the
Dude,
morning.
you don't want to leave piles for people to step on.
Before you go up to heaven, you fold your clothes, guys.
It's actually K-E-K, Egyptian god of darkness. Not the
Of darkness.
So-
There you go. Which makes sense on a solar eclipse.
So it's K-E-K, the Egyptian god of darkness.
Exactly.
Well, that may be why they named it that, because...
Exactly. This is my. But everyone's freaking out. Like, why would you do that, man? Well, because it's the eclipse.
There's no end to what people get conspiratorial about.
It's just meaning making. I find it fascinating.
Yeah. So anyway, Bert, those are my thoughts on it. And by the way, the random stuff that I watch on YouTube, I just on the background, I watch like rug cleaning videos. There's rug cleaning videos, there's train videos, there's like walking tour videos. I guess you can call it ASMR. It's just something to have on in the background. But there's a guy out of England, I believe, that's called mountain rug cleaning. Anyway, they have the what do you call that? The brush, the spinning brush thing that's got. They call it Dirt Reynolds, yeah, because it's got the mustache and it's got googly eyes on it, and now they got a big hat on it. You didn't ask for that piece of information, but you got it. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Damien.
Can you answer my question?
Yeah, what's your question? You want to talk about CERN?
I sent 2. What would happen during the eclipse if we were truly a flat Earth?
Oh, what would happen during the eclipse if it was truly a flat Earth? Okay, so I have seen a meme where somebody had like the moon with like just a sliver across it, and it was saying that that's what it would be. But that would be like a lunar eclipse, though, because the Earth would be between the moon and the sun. Well, I guess it depends. If the Earth was flat and facing the sun, it's all garbage. I'm not even going to talk about it.
Can I get my money back?
Well, I'll pay you anyway, so
But that was a
you just fed my own money back to me. Thank you for that. Write it off your taxes. Larry McCandless said, your people didn't bring nukes, didn't bring fireworks. What do I pay them for? Exactly. No fireworks, no nukes.
We got hot dogs.
We do have hot dogs, yeah. I got a double hot dog. So, top that.
You see my other question?
I should never make that face on camera again. I look like Edgar in Men in Black.
Oh,
Sugar and water. You don't matter. Pretty soon you won't even be matter. Anyway, Brian, I'm with you, and thank you for that super chat. Okay. Will the cicadas emerge? Oh, says one witness with a $5 super chat, and thank you for that. So yeah, that's another weird thing, is like right now there's 2 different cicada populations blooming at the same time, whatever you want to call it, emerging at the same time. I'm not sure that's gonna like make the cicadas come out. I am curious how the dogs are gonna react because I keep hearing about animals acting weird during eclipses.
Like nighttime behavior, like get real sluggish and sleepy.
Like they get sluggish and sleepy. What if we all just like fall asleep? What if the sun goes into totality and we're like, wow! Our circadian rhythm just like takes a hit. Well, I would say the cicadas will emerge one way or another. I don't know if the eclipse will make it happen. I doubt so. I doubt so. You know what? Just because she's here, Zozo, come here. Everybody say hello to the queen. Arrgh. Zoe is with us. She doesn't like it when I hold her. Hello, you smell the hot dog in my breath? You're just gonna crawl in my mouth and get that hot dog. So everybody say hi to Zozo. I'm seeing lots of thumbs ups going. Actually, that's probably not for her because they're on delay. But anyway, Zoe says hi, and she demands all of your loyalty and praise, and you should all be bowing at your computers at this point because the queen has arrived. Okay. Actually, Zoe causes the eclipse. That's the new theory. NASA's checking it out, but I think that this is an inaccurate depiction of the eclipse because it should have like these big ears cutting into the. It's just Zoe's head covering. Nobody's laughing because the cloud showed up again. It's not because I'm not funny. That's not why people aren't laughing. That couldn't possibly be it. Anyway, Sabrina McCoy. So glad you're doing this. No view in Ireland. I loved Ireland when I went there a couple years back. It's been 2 years now. 2 years. I should go back. Well, you had no view this year. We could probably look up when the next one is. Might be a while. Patrick Wrightson said, you want to stop by and say that my wife and I love what you do? I appreciate that. And wow, that's a very generous super chat. Thank you for that. Thank you, Patrick. I love when couples watch the channel. I always hear I always get approached by people and say that they both watch it together and stuff, or watch it in bed when they're sleeping. When they're sleeping or going to bed. Going to sleep. I just think it's, I don't know, I think it's cool to like be a part of people's lives like that. And I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I can. Ooh, oh, it's coming back. There's a little sun. Here, let's put it on the big, there we go. All right, I'm gonna keep pounding through these questions. So Victor asked, what does Joe know what an annular solar eclipse? Do I? Well, yeah. We had that last fall, actually, right here. So I got yeah, last fall I actually didn't have eclipse glasses, so I did the stupid thing where I took like 3. I made a social media post that yesterday or so that said, "Here's to all the idiots enjoying their last weekend of full vision," because a lot of people are going to mess up their vision today. And maybe I should put myself in that category because, yeah, in the annular eclipse, I didn't have, this was just given to me today, it says Star Guy on it. I didn't have these like eclipse glasses last time. So like right after the last eclipse passed and I saw that there was another one coming this year, I got glasses. I actually have like several pairs here now, but only 2 eyes. So I only need 1 pair. And it's behind the clouds right now anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, an annular eclipse, we could talk about that for a minute. So an annular eclipse is when you do get, it's like a total eclipse, but the moon is not, its orbit is not a perfect circle. It's an ellipse. So there's a perigee and an apogee. The apogee, I believe, is when it's the furthest out, and the perigee is when it's the closest in. So when you have the moon line up with the sun, but it's at its apogee, it's like way out there, then it doesn't fully cover the edge of the sun. It just kind of, there's like a little band around. They call it the ring of fire because you see a ring. But the funny thing is, because the moon's orbit is, you could call it a range of furthest to nearest, apogee to perigee or whatever. that range is slowly but surely moving away. Let's call this Earth. It's moving away from Earth at like a couple of centimeters a year, I believe, or like 3.5 centimeters a year. So way long time ago, billions of years ago, the moon was a lot closer. And pretty much all eclipses, I suppose, were solar eclipses, full solar eclipses. And it would cover it up completely. But actually back then, they wouldn't have had the spectacular, kind of event that we get to experience, because they wouldn't have seen the corona. It actually would have covered that up because the moon was so much closer. And it's been moving away ever so slightly for billions of years. It's continuing to do it. It will continue to do it. And they say in like 500 million years or so, it will cover up the sun for the last time. There will be a last solar eclipse. And after that, it will have moved far enough away that it will just be an annular eclipse. So people ask why eclipses are so rare. Not only is it the problem that the moon is not like perfectly in line, its orbit is not perfectly in line with the sun. It's tilted at an angle. So like say you're the sun, it's tilted like that just a little bit. So, so because of orbital mechanics, that means really only about twice a year, and it's usually in the spring or the fall. It lines up just right. So that causes it to be, kind of weird. It's also weird that we have that weird thing that I was talking about earlier with the moon and the sun just happening to be the exact same size in the sky. No other planet that we know of, except for maybe one, even has that possibility. So that's weird. And then there's the fact that the Earth is like 70% water. So even when it does happen, 70% of the time, it's happening over water and there's nobody to see it. So for it to actually happen over a land mass and actually have it be that perfect, totality, super rare. And for it to happen over a landmass and happen to cross over several large metropolitan areas, like we're seeing today. Wait, what is that? What are we looking at?
That's a NASA live feed from YouTube.
That's a NASA live feed. Okay, well they got a better shot than we do. Okay, so that's Mexico. So it's starting. It's starting. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're going over Mexico right now. I want to make clear to everybody, this is not our feed. This is not Dallas. This is in Mexico. Oh, does it? I think I got it covered up with my lower third there. So we're just stealing somebody else's feed.
Well, they said as long as it's for educational purposes, we can.
Well, I'm educating.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, okay, so where I was going with that was like, not only do we have that weird coincidence that we actually cover up, but in this case, it's over land. It's over big metropolitan areas. And I think another reason why people were so excited about this particular eclipse is that the sun is in its solar maximum right now. It has 11-year cycles of maximum and minimum, I guess. So the solar activity in the corona is actually bigger right now than it normally would be. So unfortunately, the clouds have decided to, to screw with that whole thing. But all of that came from your asking if I knew what an annular solar eclipse was. So the answer is yes, I do. I thought I would just impart some, I think, interesting eclipse stuff during all that. Okay, so let's move on to some more. So we got, is this working? There we go. Karonin, super chat, thank you for that. I think you're interesting, Joe, no need to cry. Was I crying earlier? See, I just rotate through my emotions so fast I can't even keep up with them. You cannot use welding helmets. Wait, are people saying that in the chat? 8 or 9 people in the chat, according to Damien, have been saying that you can use welding helmets. I mean, you can. You can also go blind. So it's up to you. I'm not your mom. You can do what you want, but don't do that. But you can do whatever you want, but don't do that. No, welding goggles. People don't like. I think because the sun is in the sky all the time, we don't think too much of it. But we don't realize just how bright it is. And yes, welding, arcs are incredibly bright, but even that is not as bright as the sun. And that's why, the whole totality thing is, I mean, this kind of blows my mind. Again, I've never seen a total eclipse. I guess I'm about to in about 20 minutes. It might just turn dark for a minute. I don't know what to tell you. But the thing is, if the sun is 99% covered, it just looks like a somewhat cloudy day. Like it's still super bright. And that's why they say like you gotta wait until just the right time, like wait until it's like fully in totality before you take your glasses off. You gotta look through your glasses until then. But no, don't use, like I said, I was really dumb during the annular eclipse and I like piled on like 3 sunglasses and it still hurt my eyes and I stopped. But don't look directly at the sun. Don't use a welder thing. It's not made for it. As you can see, these are very reflective. See how reflective that is? It's kind of silvery. And that does a lot of the work of, what is the term for this? It's an ISO rating that's got, oh yeah, so it's ISO 12312-2. I'm glad they made it really easy to remember. Yeah, it just rolls off the top of your head. But no, don't do the welded glasses. It's not a good idea. Oh, so it's coming back out in Mexico. Cool. So it has officially started. And I wish it was reflected in this map, but it's not. Oh well. All right, let me get back to some, I might take a little break here in just a minute so I can kind of like be ready for the full thing, but let me hit some more of these. $10 from no one. Okay. Thank you, no one. Jonathan Nesbitt said, you hoping having a drink for this incredible event. I mean, I got my coffee. I could get lit. Should I get lit? No? I'll get wired instead. I'm sure I will later. I'm sure I will get all kinds of drinking. All right, so Rhonda Harriet with a super chat. Thank you for that. Super late to the OnlyFans convo, but Jimmy Snow, formerly Mr. Atheist, once joked that he'd make an OnlyFans where he dresses like a dad and says he's so proud of you. Oh, like so it's a wholesome OnlyFans. Yeah, I might do that. I could see myself doing that. There needs to be more wholesomeness. You shouldn't have to pay somebody to be wholesome to you, but yeah. So BTK, we're almost at yin yang time. Nuke the moon. Let's not nuke the moon. I like the moon. Let's keep the moon around. Lost Wilco, Mr. Fibble will be very cross if there is cloud. I'm not sure who Mr. Fibble is, but I join Mr. Fibble in my crossness if there's cloud. We got like 15 minutes. It's cloud. It's just cloudy enough to where I can look up and see. This is where?
Russellville, Arkansas.
Russellville, Arkansas is what we're looking at right now.
They're close to us, so yeah. So their totality will be pretty close to ours.
A little bit after us. Yeah.
Oh, Junction, Texas.
Junction, Texas.
They're not getting anything in Junction, but we are here.
Hang on. Well, it's down to the wire, guys. I promised excitement. Actually, I promised nothing. Okay, I'm going to say this name wrong. The picture is Nosferatu, but Haziam? I'm going to say Haziam. Perfect time to start listening to Dark Side of the Moon so it matches with Totality. Actually, yeah. So, God, you know, I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to like set up a playlist and have it like timed just perfectly so that actually I was going to use Dark Side of the Moon, actually. But of course it would be totally demonetized, which I don't really care about that so much. I mean, I do care about that, but also if there's a bad enough copyright strike, it'll just like make it so that nobody can ever watch it again, which has happened before, and I didn't want that to happen here. So actually my wife made a really cool Eclipse playlist, and then we didn't get to play it. Maybe we'll
Junction, Texas now. It's coming up. So
let's see, Junction.
that's pretty much in line line with us.
That's south of us, though, right?
Be a little further. I don't know where junction is. Slightly. Never been a junction.
It's in between two things.
Uh,
It's a junction.
Junction. What's
Yeah, exactly. So what camera do you want to have like when it actually goes dark, especially if the clouds are covering it up? I mean, do you want to like go wide on us all staring at the sky, or?
Yeah, we can do that. Have this one and come out there.
I also want to make sure you guys get a chance to actually do it and not be working the whole time. I don't want you sitting right there when this is going on. I want you to be able to like enjoy it. Although you might have the best view of all this. Yeah. It's just flirting with us at this point.
It is. Russell Miller.
Teasing us.
But you can definitely tell that it's pretty covered because it's starting to get dark there. Right?
It is starting to get dark. But it's like the extra effect of the clouds. It's kind of hard to say what's what. This light's getting brighter is what it feels like.
It is.
All right, so Ellaby says, if I'd known all the conspiracy theorists would be proven right today and it's the end of all endings, I would have called out. Yeah. Someday they're going to be right, and we're all going to wish we'd listened to them. Or maybe not. And thank you for that super chat, Ellaby. Also, Jules said, watching Joe Scott eating a hot dog under an eclipse, best $5 I've ever spent. Well, guess what, Jules? There's still more hot dog. I'm gonna earn that $5 and lose everybody else. I like to, you know, when things are going well, just blow it up. Why not? The problem with the hot dog is that the chewing like takes a while, and yeah, okay. There's a break coming. Oh man, it's like so scattered. We don't have a wide on the sky, do we? No, I guess we don't.
You can zoom out.
Nick's the widest.
Well, but I thought just to be able to see like all the cloud cover and stuff. Brian Doe with $5. All hell, not all hail, all hell Zoe. Zoe God's GPS. By her good grace, as we get to experience this eclipse and all of the wonderful bounty it brings us all, praise be to Zoe. The Zoe fanatics have arrived. Can I just say that's one of my favorite things is whenever I do put like Zoe in a video or something, all the people that like say praise Zoe in the comments and stuff, I love it. It cracks me up. And I need to do more like Our Lady of the Eternal Chonk videos because that's where it all came from, was my cults video from way back when. All right, let's see what we got. Oh man, it's just a sliver right now. Looks like a banana. Like a great banana in the sky. Going up to the nanner in the sky. Okay, so now that the sun has come out of the clouds a little bit. Is this our feed right here?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, this is us. This is Dallas right now.
Yes.
So you're starting to see. I'm gonna switch out my glasses. You're starting to see the little shadow effects and stuff. Now I'm not seeing any of these like shadow snakes that they were talking about. I think that's like when it gets really close. I might have to whip out my phone and see if I can get this to connect. Sometimes that works.
I think you should just look at it.
Okay, yeah, they're reacting to the chats might slow down just a little bit because we're getting pretty close and it's getting really interesting. So, oh no, cloud! This isn't a crescent moon; it's a crescent sun. I got my progressives on now, so I'm starting to do the old man looking at things. God. Why is my screen so fuzzy? So salad dealer, $5. Thank you for that. I don't have glasses and I'm not in the path. Guess I'll have to wait until 2045. Well, definitely, if you're not in the path, you shouldn't look up at the sun because you'll just ruin your eyes for nothing. Kim A, will Ponds Brooks be visible? You're in Southern Illinois. Actually, that might be a good place to watch. Ponds Brooks, by the way, is the comet that's up right now. I don't believe it will be visible. I think it's still kind of too small, too dim in the sky. But the Devil Comet? Yeah. Is Ponds Brooks the Devil Comet? I don't know. I mean, it's the only comet in the sky right now. Oh, now we have comet conspiracies. All right. I don't think it will be visible. No, that's my answer. From what I heard, it won't be visible. And if it's remotely cloudy, it definitely won't be visible. Oh man, we got just a break there. We might actually get this. I'm so chuffed right now. All right, Chappie, you in Dallas too? I am in Dallas too. Do we have another local? You better be watching this, buddy. Kayla Lopez, a Patreon who shows up for all of the live streams, and I'm always glad to see you. So I think we all got the best seat in the house. This stream was such a success. Hey, we're not there yet. Don't jinx me. This could always fall apart. That should be on my gravestone, I think. This could still fall apart. I could still screw this up.
32.
What, 32, what would you say?
32 minutes after the hour.
That's when it goes?
No, that's the time.
Oh, duh, okay.
8 minutes till time.
Oh, by the way, so the countdown that I have on here was kind of just rough. It probably won't be down to the second. My assumption is that it won't be. Yeah.
So, let your viewers know not to miss it.
Right. But it should be a rough approximation.
Yeah. I mean, everyone should be like a minute or so ahead.
Yeah.
So if you wait till we see it, you've missed it.
All right. Let me hit a few more, and I might, honestly, at about 5 minutes, I might just step away from this a little bit so I can kind of
See it as well.
experience, you know? All right, so from Siobhan. I'm gonna go with Siobhan. During the total eclipse a few years ago here at Mount Shasta, California, it got dark enough for all the deer around the house that laid down all at once. Interesting. Yeah, well, there's no deer around here, but I got a couple of dogs. We'll see what they do. Oh man, it is.
What is a phallage cast? The shadow of the phallage.
Phallage cast? I'm looking for the shadow snakes. The shadow snakes.
I noticed them on the last eclipse coming through, like the dappling in the trees.
Oh yeah.
And my pool, like everything on the bottom of the pool when it was.
So you saw them at the bottom of your pool?
Well, for the annular.
Oh, for the annular. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember seeing any on the annular. Oh man, it's just like, it's so partly cloudy.
Oh, it's coming back.
Yep. We believe.
It's coming.
Aliens are up there blowing away the clouds for us.
Maybe that's what CERN is doing.
Yep. The rockets.
It's right behind a thick cloud right now.
NASA feed from Dallas, Texas.
Are we gonna do the drone?
We can't, yeah. Bowie's gonna actually do it. NASA
Oh, Bowie's gonna do the drone?
We were gonna go to like about 5 minutes because.
Yeah, it probably can't be up there for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to catch that 360-degree twilight and maybe see the shadow coming. I think that'd be really cool. That was my dream. That was my hope.
It's really cool. Muted.
All right, so Rodrigo says that totality is nothing like people imagine it. They haven't seen it in person. No photos, videos, or descriptions do it justice. It's like the world suddenly becomes wrong. That's what I keep hearing. By the way, one of the things I was trying to patch in, because I noticed this in the annular eclipse last year, I do have solar panels in my house. And I was able to look at the the graph of the solar panels and see, see the dip in it. But right now, there's so many clouds, I don't think it would really give an accurate reading. But let me see what I can get here.
As long as we get the shot, like, we just get a shot of it so we can put them later.
Well, and even
It
should work. So
yeah.
If we're gonna try to go 5,
I wonder if I can go big on this.
So I'm gonna take this one off power.
So I'm just gonna put that in front of you guys so you can see.
How long is your?
See that? Yeah, that orange line right there in the corner. That is the solar generation of my solar panels. So as you can see, there's almost like a linear drop that occurs. I should make this big. Hang on. What if I took this? That's the wrong one. Is it this one? No? Gotta find the right one. No. All right. I'm probably going to regret doing this because it's going to screw things up. But here, let's go with this. There. So you see that precipitous drop in the orange line. Those are my solar panels reacting to what's happening in between here in the Earth. I find that remarkably cool. All right, let me find the right thing again. Here we go. Oh, those are shadow. Can we adjust the image of the sun just a little bit? It's kind of going off screen.
Yeah, Nick, come in, Nick.
All right, so we're down into 3 minutes. I'm going to let this run. If you guys will forgive me, I'll come back to these super chats when this is over. But I'm gonna have an experience, guys, and I'll bring you along with me. It is super dark.
So I can walk, kind of come over there with you with this camera.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if you have this.
For the record, it's pretty dark. Oh, we might be coming out of this cloud. Look at me looking at it without my thing on like you're not supposed to do. I think I can take this off for now. Zoe, what do you think? God, these shadows are so weird. Are you having fun? Yeah, like the just the way the flowers look and stuff. I can barely even see it through these anymore. I wonder how close my timer is going to be to the actual. It's too bad you guys can't see anything right now. It should come out from behind a cloud in just a second.
When that happens, we'll take the filters off so we can actually see it.
Yeah.
Good, Bobby?
Isn't this wild? And I stepped in poop. Okay.
We were talking about it earlier. Just imagine 1,000 years ago. You're in your
Yeah.
farm and you look up like, what?
Actually.
Is it raining?
No, it's.
I was like, what you got?
No, because like look how dark it is. Like I just noticed it getting dark.
It's because you're over there in that light.
Maybe I should get in front of the camera over here. Still here, guys. Still here. Okay. Part of me doesn't want to be like talking through this whole thing. I want to just experience it, but I want to also like share what's going on with you guys. Oh, we got a camera over here.
Yeah, so it's on the super source in the.
Is he gonna?
Super source. It's a small button next to it.
Yeah, it's forward.
Okay. So you'll be in the top left corner.
Okay, here, let me see if I can switch that out.
Did you switch to it? Is it live, Chloe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure it's coming through or not, but.
Holy shit!
Whoa!
That's amazing.
Oh my God!
So yeah, we can see Joe.
Can you hear everybody scream?
Okay.
Yeah.
Camera 3?
It's up right now.
Yeah, there's people literally screaming.
Oh, look, there's a star.
I think that's Venus, actually.
Oh wow.
Oh my God!
It's so dark. It's hard to use.
Yeah, I don't think it's coming through on the thing anyway.
It is. Cool. You actually switch it to the big.
Well, I'm not gonna deal with it
10x
right now.
camera again.
This is insane. Are you guys seeing this? Yeah, okay. Okay, so what you're seeing on the screen there, that's the corona. That is the atmosphere around the sun where all of these charged particles are getting smashed together in giant magnetic fields bigger than the size of the planet Earth. Oh my God, I can't believe we actually caught this.
Okay, that is freaking cool.
Begin the pagan ritual. Oh. Can you hear the crickets? Crickets are chirping. What do you guys think? What's going on? I think they're more confused because there's just people here.
I can't see. I look too long.
It is like nighttime out here. I've got a big light on me right now, so it looks brighter than it actually is. But
Beyonce is actually in that plane going to Kentucky right now.
you can see like little.
I was like, oh.
Can I turn that light off and turn it back on?
Sure.
Wait.
Is it gonna mess you up? That's you already getting your.
I think you can actually see little Bailey's beads on there. I don't know that this is. I think it's still a little too bright around the edges of it to catch the Bailey's beads, but.
That might be isn't that a solar flare? They said you might be able to see solar flares.
That might be a solar flare, yeah.
All over it, man.
Oh, and here comes a cloud.
Oh yeah, look at Bill's camera.
This camera's amazing. It's got some like sweet solar flares coming off of it.
Oh, here, let me get rid of this stuff then.
That's crazy.
Oh, how do I get this stuff off? Here, I'm just gonna kill it. You can actually see the solar flares coming off of that.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude.
Oh,
Careful, baby.
Oh, it's because I didn't turn it on.
do you want to try to drone up?
So you guys can't see this, but you can actually see Venus right there. There's a plane. Oh, there's that star right there. It's might be behind them. Yeah.
Hey, Andrew?
Yeah.
You want me to punch in on this circuit, see if I can get more?
Oh, I think we might be about. I cannot believe this.
No, okay. Yeah, let me switch to 3 real quick then.
I think we might be about to exit. What do they call it? The third contact when the sun comes back out.
Look at the horizon.
3, Nick, can you eyes down just go?
Oh, and here comes this. Okay, so this is the only time when you get to see the sun rise in the west.
Okay. Sorry to come back out, so let's put that.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a. There it is.
Go ahead and put the. I'll put it back.
Oh, that's the diamond ring.
I'm not going to be able to get it, man.
Come back to 4. That's okay.
So it's time to cover up again with our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to 3, Bill, so you can cover up.
I just want to watch the sun come up.
This is the only place in the universe that gets to experience this, and the only time in the history of the universe that you can experience this. The fact that it's coming through the clouds also, it's just kind of lighting up the sky in this weird polarized fashion.
Have you seen the 3 body problem? I haven't yet. It's got some eclipse issues.
Joe, silly question.
Oh, there we go.
Are there eclipses if you're on another planet?
So yeah, there's eclipses. So Damien was asking if there's eclipses on other planets. There are.
Is there an eclipse if there's no one around to see it?
Is
No.
is there an eclipse if there's no one around to see it? And oh, I keep forgetting I'm on this too.
They're trying to get the draw.
If there's an eclipse and
You're trying to get the
a
draw.
tree falls, and nothing happens. Oh, there we go. Well, kind of too late. You know what? Oh, yeah, watch out. Yeah. So we have a drone. We're gonna. The plan was to get footage of the eclipse, like of the path or the shadows and everything up there. I think we're also caught up in it that we just forgot to do that. But my dog hates drones and is flipping out, as you can see in the corner over there. And my wife's chasing the dog around.
That's not happening.
Anyway, so that's happening now. All right, so yeah, sun's coming back. Weird light coming back again. Let me see if I can get these things back up on these overlays back up. Did I just ruin everything? I might have just ruined everything. There we go. I'm surprised I was at the bottom of the, whatever. Okay.
That was great.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's good.
Fine.
She just,
All right.
I'm gonna go get the leash.
Okay. She's like, ah. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me gather my senses again. Oh, camera over here. Camera right there. Sun up there. Bugs around me. So
Nick coming back to you, Nick?
I will say I was expecting the temperature to drop more than it did, honestly. But it's also kind of humid here today, so like any. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on this drone. It's kind of too late for the drone, honestly, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, I kind of expected the temperature to drop a little bit more than it did. I wanted to come back.
I know.
I missed the eclipse. That was so cool.
I didn't miss it.
I didn't miss it, but I miss it now.
Well, that was.
Somebody bring back the moon. Bring the moon back.
It's like frozen.
So yeah, it got quiet. I didn't hear any fireworks.
I heard people yelling.
I heard people yelling off in the distance, but I didn't hear fireworks. That's just going to be barking until the thing comes down. It's such a spaz. Okay, hey, what are we doing here? I'm still doing a live stream. I'm gonna put my hat back on because the sun's back out. All right, so guys, I've got to capture my thoughts and feelings here from what we just experienced. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Some people, even in the live chat here, were talking about like you have to see it in person to really get the feel for it. It was a lot bigger in the sky than I thought it would be, honestly. I think maybe when you look at the sun, you just kind of see like everything's so blown out all around it that maybe that makes the sun itself look a little smaller in the sky or something. But like when that eclipse came out, when I turned around and said wow, that's why I said wow, because it was like so much bigger than I thought it was going to be. It was huge. Like I said, the temperature didn't drop as much as I thought it would, but it got dark. I think they say they say you can't watch just one eclipse, and you got to see more after you see the first one. I think I might be an eclipse watcher now. I might have to go to the Valley of the Kings in 2027. That might be a trip. Let's start planning that. Okay, so I got people who have who had left super chats earlier. Let me just kind of go through it, and because I'm sure there's some catching up to do. Because some people have chimed in since the thing happened. But I can't believe we got the shot with the solar flares and everything. That was insane. I really did not expect that.
That was perfect timing.
Oh my God! And the clouds cleared. Okay, whoever was praying to Zoe, thank you. Zoe came through once again, our savior. I'm sure that's offensive to somebody, but I don't care. All right, so let me just plow through some super chats real quick, and then I can like wrap up and talk about like get some other these other guys to talk about like what it was all like and all that stuff. Anyway, is Joe talking to his clones? No, I'm talking to my team. I got a team full of people, but thank you for that super chat. Talking really fast. Have the birds gone quiet yet? Obviously, they aren't real. I love that. So I didn't notice the birds really getting quiet, but they weren't loud before. What I noticed were the crickets chirping. The crickets started chirping like the second it got dark. It's so cool. Where do we go? From Pet Purview, what kind of challenges do you face living and working out of Texas, which has become kind of famous for being anti-science? Challenge working out of Texas, not working out of Texas. I mean, none for me. There's definitely some, there's some political stuff that we don't really care for around here, and I don't need to go into that here. But I wouldn't call Texas anti-science for the most part. Like it's more of a purple state than people think. But anyway, super chat from CJ, fellow LSI, Blue Sky. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for that super chat, Alfred. Oh my God, Alfred Hitch Penis. That's his name. He's got the silhouette to prove it. Sitting in well, of Alfred Hitchcock, not of. What would a hitch penis look like exactly? Would that go with like truck nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Because you got a hitch on the back of a truck, and you got truck nuts, so you'd have a hitch penis. We're talking about hitch penises now. Okay, so sitting in traffic and people are acting like idiots. Well, when is that ever the case? There's a long backup on this road. Some people are flying up the road going the wrong direction. Oh my God! Wow, that sounds awful. I don't know where you are, Alfred. I'm sorry, Mr. Penis, but wherever that is, what was that? Yeah, I heard a pew pew. I am sure people are being absolute maniacs on the road right now, which is why I'm in a backyard, amongst other reasons. $50 from Rob Austin. Thank you so much, dude. Oh, it's a super sticker. Again, it like shows the description and not the actual sticker on my little software here, which is kind of weird. I love that 19 people have downvoted this.
What does that mean?
I got a thumbs down from 19 people. For the Eclipse, yeah. It's probably a lot more to do with me being annoying. It's probably that. It's probably that. I'm thumbing down the Eclipse.
They don't believe in it.
Yeah. Oh, so Cornelia, another Patreon who shows up in the live stream, says eating hot dogs in front of 5,000 people. That's the life. Is that a mukbang? Is that what that is? Do y'all know what that is? Isn't that when people like just eat a lot in front of the camera?
I need to put this big microphone if we're going to do that.
Watch that be something super offensive, and I don't even know any better. Patrick Super Chat says, in 1999 we had an annular eclipse over Serbia, then Yugoslavia. Oh wow, that was, yeah. It was 2 months after the bombing of the country ended and the hype around it was crazy. I'm sure crazy things happen around eclipses. It's been kind of wild around here lately, just with everybody getting ready for it and stuff. Caden Hunt with a super chat, and thank you for that. I'm watching a Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sure, that'll work. I know that there's a couple of planes that are gonna basically track the eclipse, like they're kind of racing the eclipse, trying to, what's it called?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you were talking to us, sir. So maybe you could do that in the Flight Simulator too. So a Shiba dog raises and lowers his index finger to get noticed. Kaylee wants to get noticed with a super sticker. Hello. Didn't have to do All right. Coronin says those solar flares are so cool. Weren't they crazy? I did not see that coming. My wife is sitting over here. She knows I don't get excited for anything. Ever. I don't. It's not in my nature. But I said, wow, several times in like 4 minutes. That's like a month worth of wows in 5 minutes. So yeah, I was blown away by that. Thank you for the super chat, Ash. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for watching. Kaylee. Well, now that the sun's shining on the grass, it's growing faster. So, oh, I got to pull out my my solar panel thing again. My hot dog, shut up. Anyway, Kaylee says, thanks for letting us stare at the clouds with you. I need to change the title of this now. After the fact, I need to change it to like, hey, we got amazing footage of the eclipse. Can we all have a round of applause for my awesome team here? We got Andrew, no cameras on him, unfortunately, but Andrew like came in with, I really wish I could have it. We need a camera of this setup.
I filmed it, but
you did? Well, there's like all this stuff over here, and I'm just kind of sitting here in the sun. But Andrew came in this morning, set it all up. I wouldn't even know where to start with all this stuff. So Andrew, you're amazing, dude. And we got Bowie over here, who I just met for the first time today. Hello. Who was running the drone a second ago. We got Bill back there. And Nick, who is actually my editor. So he edits all the videos. Well, not all of them, but a big chunk of them. And Damien's over there. His son, Ronan. My wife, Amy. So she's not on camera. Just me on the camera. But no, the only reason this happened, that you guys were able to see that, was because we have some really cool equipment, and that's all because of Andrew and Damien and these guys taking care of it. So big thanks to those guys. Monica Diaz says, thank you, thank you, thank you. I say thank you back for your super chat. I appreciate that. Neil says, big thanks, Joe and crew, for letting me see this in real time with my boy in Arlington. So if you're in Arlington, you don't have to be watching this. You can just look up. Wait. Did it go over Arlington?
Not like that, I don't think.
Because it's kind of like this weird, it kind of goes like Dallas was kind of just inside the path there. Well, I mean, if you couldn't see it in person, I'm glad you were seeing it here. All right, so hatreds only? Ooh, you sound mean. I've adored your video since you started. Oh, thank you for that. Will you be posting the stream footage when it's complete? I mean, this isn't going anywhere. I mean, this is gonna stay here forever. You can always come back to this. And yeah, we were doing some extra. Is there any extra footage that I could post later, like the drone footage? I mean, that was kind of after the.
Yeah, unfortunately,
yeah.
Damien's got some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, we may have some behind the scenes videos and whatnot, but.
Angles too that didn't get posted. We can give you those ISOs. So if something's cool, we can pull from those.
I got to be honest. I came in here thinking that we would probably just need to get a shot of me or all of us like looking up at the sky and being like, hey, it's dark. I really didn't expect that we would get the eclipse that we got. I didn't expect to get solar flares.
Those were awesome.
How do you guys, I mean, I would love to hear.
Spots, or that just me?
You weren't fast enough with the. What do you guys want to say? Like, I mean, you all got to experience this with me. Like, what was it like for you? I mean, anything that stood out?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, yeah. You and now 27 people. See, okay, so now that I've mentioned that people are downvoting it, more people are going to downvote it.
That's what happens.
That's what happens. Actually, for a while, I started to do like Joe reads mean comments. You know, I would like respond to like mean comments and stuff, but that just encouraged people to leave more mean comments, and I get enough of those. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious how you guys feel about having been through that. What was it like for you?
I just keep coming back to what it must have been like thousands.
Yeah. So Damien didn't have a microphone on him. He was talking about like what it must have been like thousands of years ago when they didn't have, you know, pinpoint accuracy on when this was going to happen. Like, yeah, could you imagine? I mean, so the Babylonians knew how to predict them. So that's like before the BC. That's before C. And she just sneezed a whole lot of snot out of her face. Nice. So I mean, so they did know how to predict them a long time ago.
The average farmer knew it.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever belief system you had, that just confirmed it at that time, I'm sure.
But I think, yeah, imagine you're just out plowing the fields and that happened. I can totally see why they probably thought it was some kind of like demon eating the sun or something like that.
You're guilty of something, like you cheated on your taxes.
God is watching you. There is no escape. Yeah, no,
Experiencing it helps me understand how people misunderstood it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So much of the lore and craziness. It really is a mystical, magical feeling. It's pure science, but to observe it feels like David Copperfield, right?
You remember that show Heroes?
Yeah,
like that's how it started. It was with that big eclipse and then all this weird stuff. Maybe everyone's gonna get superpowers now. Yeah. Oh, I'm just like rising out of my seat. Oh, one of the other things I was talking about that we could do early on. Yeah, something's kind of buzzing. No. I was joking that I wanted to recreate the scene from Apocalypto with the pyramid and the heads rolling down it and stuff. I even proposed we do like a Plinko board with a little mannequin head or a doll head and just have it roll down and people could like collect prizes. Like maybe I would have different shirts down there that you could get. I still kind of wish we'd done that. But we got some more super chats coming in. Let me hit you up. So chaotic detour, which I'm sure there's a lot of chaotic detours today with all the traffic and stuff. Buy the team a drink on me. Oh, that's a very nice super chat. Thank you. Thanks to everyone for the hard work. So drinks on chaotic detour. That's how short my memory span is. It was literally 15 seconds ago I saw that name, and then I had to be like, huh? Super chat said, wait, no, that's not right. Well, thank you, Chaotic Detour. That was very nice of you. And I think we'll all be grabbing drinks of some kind after this. We got a lot of stuff to pack up, though. I say, wait, they do. I'm a jerk. Okay.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Oh, they just piled up now. Whoa. ADH Queen says, thanks, written on top of a purple heart and a super sticker. I really wish I could actually see these super stickers in Ecamm Live. This is actually the program that I use to record all my videos on. Not on this computer, though. Upstairs. Rob Awesome, I've seen around. Cheers, appreciate the view and experience with you from the cloudy Pacific Northwest. Oh, that was $50 super chat. My God, thank you, Rob. Say thank you to Rob, everybody. Thank you, Rob. Woo! Woo! Rob, I'd give you a hot dog if I could get it through the screen. Can you taste that? Can you get it? No? Okay. YouTube needs to work on that function, being able to feed people through their screens. We'll work it out. So as you can see, it's creeping along there. I don't know, like, where is it over right now, do you think? Anybody have any guesses? Actually, there's the Sky Show, some other feeds. This is the AP feed, so it's over at Carbondale, Illinois right now. Got a few different pulled up here. Oh, that was from Mexico. Oh. Uh-oh, we have sound. Stop it, stop. Sorry, what'd you say?
2 minutes and it'll be in Indianapolis.
2 minutes for Indianapolis.
You want to see what it looks like in Indianapolis? We have that.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. Nice. Actually, I'm surprised more people weren't talking about Indianapolis because it's like right in the center. I was this close to doing it in Sulphur Springs, which is like dead center in the middle of the shadow. But the friend of mine that owns the place out there already had a bunch of people, and it was going to be a whole thing, so we just did it here. Was it longer or shorter than you thought it would be? Longer? Yeah, I kept thinking it was about to be over, but it kept going. So that was like 4.5 minutes. I think dead in the middle is just a little over 5. Yeah. I'm kind of running out of things to say. I'm just like kind of still blown away by everything. Oh, I've got, hang on. Let me fix something here.
Joe, did you ever look up all the historical accounts? Like somebody mentioned in here about Columbus using an eclipse to do something.
Oh.
Stories of eclipse and historical.
So Damien brought up if I had looked up any like historical accounts of eclipses and things that happened during them.
Going on where both sides paused during the eclipse.
Oh. I should have looked a little bit deeper into that. The only historical eclipse thing, of course, is kind of a nerdy science thing. Like Einstein's theory of relativity was kind of proven by Sir Roger Eddington. Is it Roger Eddington? Sorry, just for clarity, we're over Indianapolis right now?
Yeah,
okay, so that's what you're seeing on screen is Indianapolis. I am proud to say we got footage just as good. We did.
From your backyard.
But yeah, so they were able to use an eclipse. Was it 1917, I believe? I'm going to go with 1917. Somebody can correct me. Yeah, so, Einstein's theory was that gravity could bend light. And the only way that they could tell that was by looking at the position of a star that was behind the sun and seeing if the sun bent the light. But of course, you can't see a star behind the sun because the sun. So they waited for an eclipse, and then they were able to see the position of that star, and it had shifted from where it was supposed to be, which proved Einstein right. So,
wasn't that in a movie? Meg Ryan and Walter Matthau played.
Oh my God! What a deep cut.
Yeah, Walter Matthau played.
Einstein.
What movie was that?
IQ. And Tim Robbins was in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was a movie called IQ. Meg Ryan and Walter Matthau played.
You should watch it today.
And he was a genius of love as well.
He made people fall in love.
Yeah. Because as Anne Hathaway said in Interstellar, love is the only force that transcends space and time. That's been proven by science.
Love and hate.
Love. She didn't mention hate.
Yeah, she should have, because that was her whole reason what she did in the movie. Opposite of love.
All right, I'm going to check my solar panels and see what they look like now. Yeah, okay. I'm going to switch out of this for just a second. I'll come back to it. Or come back to it. So FaceTime camera, oh big. All right, so you can see that little bounce is happening in that yellow line at the bottom there, or on the, what is your left side, whatever? Your right side. So yeah, it went down to basically nothing. Actually, there was still a little bit there. It was still a little bit above 0 at full totality. Isn't that wild? Huh. But you can see it starting to come back up there. And if you're wondering what that purple line is that's sort of meeting it halfway, that is that's the grid. So yeah, while it was low, the grid had to kick in and cover the rest of it. And the green line is consumption, which has nothing to do with anything. But when the annular eclipse hit, I saw that. I thought that was just super cool. So I wanted to get that on here. But that's what we're looking at now. Yeah. So Techno Fool. Oh, I love that name. Don't forget to look down at the crescent shadows. Well, yeah. I just can't believe we're even getting shadows. This wasn't supposed to happen. Cool.
Joe, do you want your poster board?
I mean, it's kind of too late. we were having an experience and sharing this experience with you guys. And so, you know, when having an experience, sometimes you just, you know, you forget to do the technical stuff. That's okay. That's okay. Let me look. I might have had some other eclipse-related stuff that I could talk about. Only planet in the solar system for a time is the same thing. I talked about that. West. So the corona of the sun, which you see when the eclipse was totalitarian there for a minute there, when it became a totalitarian state. I'm glad I heard a chuckle somewhere. Thank you. I need that validation. So yeah, that plasma that you see on the corona of the sun, it's actually like way hotter than the actual surface of the sun, because all that plasma and all those particles and stuff, they get wrapped up in those magnetic coils, they get wrapped around, they all smash into each other, and that actually heats it up hotter than the actual surface of the sun. And I don't remember the specific numbers, so I don't want to say them, but it's like millions of degrees hotter. That probably goes for both Celsius and Fahrenheit. But it's like way hotter in the atmosphere of the sun than on the surface of the sun. And something else that I always thought was fascinating was that the light, the photons, the light particles that come out of the sun, they're created deep down inside of the sun through the fusion process and the flinging around of stuff and whatnot. But they actually bounce around inside the sun for like 100,000 years before they eventually get to the surface and escape, and then get caught up in the plasma and get flung out towards us. And because photons travel at the speed of light, all of that passes in an instant for them. So photons bounce around the inside of the sun for 100,000 years, and then it takes 8 minutes once it escapes the sun to come to Earth, go through the atmosphere, and land on somebody's bum who's suntanning on a beach somewhere. So if you are a photon your entire life, because it passes in the blink of an eye because you're traveling at the speed of light, you get born, and then you smash into somebody's ass. Next question.
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. If you want to see what that's looking like, they're about to go full totality.
About to have totality in Cleveland, Ohio. So that's where we are right now. Through the magic of the internet, we get to see this over and over and over and over again. And I'm just going to keep doing it. By the way, I'm sitting in the sun for like hours at a time for you guys. It's actually kind of warm right now. It's good, yeah. I'm a bit sweaty. Sweaty just a bit. When am I planning on ending the live? At the next eclipse.
20 years from now.
20 years. No, I was thinking about maybe 3 o'clock or so. But, you know, if people lose interest, we can just wrap up before that. But Apocalypse Cow, who actually created the Our Lady of the Eternal Chonk logo. Gratstream, I think you mean great. Just some beautiful shots too, about 10 minutes for the 87% totality here in the DC area, and getting notably darker. Thanks Apocalypse Cow for the super chat and for being an awesome supporter in the Discord and everything. Patreon, pimping that. Appreciate you, bud. All right, Tegan Vaught says with a $10 super chat, thank you for that. Oh man, look at that sliver. Oh, that's so cool. That's very cool. All right, so thank you so much for streaming this. Moved up to Oregon from Austin less than a year ago, so I was bummed about missing it, but your stream let me experience. Oh, very cool. I'm glad we got to do that. I'm curious how it came out in Austin. I know there were some streams going down there, but I was kind of, you know, in the middle of all this, so I may have to go back and watch them later. Yeah, I think it was actually a little cloudier down there than it was up here. I cannot believe the clouds actually parted and let us do this. You know how like things never go your way and then they go your way and you're suspicious of it?
Yeah, you have issues.
I'm not used, I know how to handle when things don't go right. When things go right, yeah, someone's messing with me at that point. Bring that up in my next therapy session. So we were doing the eclipse and I totally expected it to be cloudy and then it wasn't, and now I'm paranoid that the forces at work in the universe are just messing with me. Get out of my office. That's what the answer is to that. Sloosh Hardtack. I love that name. Why does the light level just feel wrong and incorrect, even though it's just a lower level of light enjoying totality in Chicago? So it's weird. It's weird, but I think it's more than just that it's getting darker. I think it's kind of like it's more polarized. I mean, even though the sun in the sky, it's pretty small, and the light that comes from is very directed and a narrow beam, there's still like a little bit of parallax in there. There's like just a couple degrees in the sky. And when it goes down to just a tiny sliver, it is kind of like polarized light through like a polarized filter or something. It all kind of directs in the exact same place. And that's why everything looks so sharp and weird and clear. Light is funny. Light's a funny thing. You ever just walk down the street and you're like looking around at the trees and the light hitting it, and you're just like, there's just like this, it's all just coming from the sun. It's so weird. Am I the only person that has that thought? Yeah, maybe I ate a little gummy something before I had that thought, but it's all legal, people, don't worry about it. It's funny, I've got these tiny little bugs that are on my screen, and they're like passing right over the sun, and I'm like, what is that? Like from here, it looks like a little alien spaceship. No, none of you guys can see this, so.
Joe, you have multiple comments at 1 hour 26. People are saying a UFO flew behind you, and people are going back and watching it. Are you seeing this?
No, I'm not seeing those. Okay, so what is it that a UFO flew behind me?
Supposedly at 1 hour 26 minutes, a UFO flies behind you.
At 1 hour and 26 minutes, a UFO flew by me. Like behind me or in our...
Watch it shoot across the screen with Joe in it. Behind you.
I mean, I'm going to have to go back and look at it because I can't really do it right now. So the shot of me, not the shot of the sun, right. Just so I'm clear. But maybe just like right up there?
Here's a fourth person saying they saw it.
I did see a couple of planes in the sky.
Trolling us, I'm sure.
See, you can't believe anything on the internet. I can't believe any of you people. Maybe it's comments like that get me the downvotes. What other... I think I'm out of interesting eclipse things to talk about. So I could keep answering questions. I could ramble. I could keep showing you my solar panels and what they're doing. And we're looking at what's going on above Indianapolis right now, I believe. Maybe I should be looking at the full, like all the comments.
Somebody said it wasn't a UFO, it was somebody.
There's a bug that flew in front of the HMI, actually.
There was a bug up there.
There was a bug because we always watched it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I heard something buzzing back here, and I looked back, and it was.
It's a shot of you looking up at the sky, and it's something like just.
Oh, okay, it's a bug. It was a bug.
A UFO, somebody hung themselves in the background, like Wizard of Oz.
Oh, the 3 men and a baby boy back there.
We're actually looking at Tupper Lake, New York now.
So Chatitla asked, how is Joe staying outside so long? I watched the totality and had to go back inside because of the mosquitoes. I've seen so far, okay, so this is Dallas. And we have this nice little patio that we got built out here. And like there's maybe like a 3 or 4 week, maybe total throughout the year, like 2 or 3 weeks in the spring and 2 or 3 weeks in the fall, where it's not too hot, it's not too humid, and the mosquitoes haven't come out yet. So out of the 52 weeks of the year, we only get like a handful of weeks where it's like actually nice out here. And we're right in that sweet spot. So we got lucky in a lot of ways. We actually have, there's a helicopter, sorry about the noise, but we just happen to be in totality. We just happen to be in the nice time of year to be sitting out here. It's not too hot, although it is warming up quite a bit. And the clouds happen to pass or like clear up. I'm still blown away. Something did bite my ankle, though. I don't know if it was a mosquito or not, but Damien bit my ankle. He drank my blood he took a blood meal so he can lay his eggs. Oh, I'm so glad the pest control people are calling me right now. I'm going to decline that phone call. Okay. Let me see if there's some more super chats. Thank you, Scooter Daniel. Where's this?
Tupper Lake, New York.
Tupper Lake, New York is what we're looking at now. So I'm seeing all these cameras with these like really like orange colors. What kind of camera do you think that is?
Good question. I feel like they just did some sort of white balance to it.
Oh, okay.
Made it look orange.
Well, I noticed, I guess I could ask Tim, but on his live stream earlier, they had some pretty serious cloud cover, but they still were able to like see it. Yeah. I figured it was some kind of infrared or something.
It could be, yeah.
I guess I could just text him and ask, but I'm sure he's busy right now.
Is he at Nat?
As am I.
I can get the Nats on the line. Yeah. Bill, our camera guy, saying they definitely have the wrong white balance.
Oh, the wrong white balance. See, we white balanced ours, right? But the colors on those solar flares, though. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still like soaking in that. Yeah. Did you guys get to enjoy it, or were you like working the whole time? Okay, all right, cool. I wanted to make sure you guys got a chance to see it.
Yeah, sure.
So Tyborg 427 just saw it in Ohio. Ann D from Fort Worth watched part of the eclipse, but then it was totally overcast. Oh, in see, we got so lucky. It was overcast in Fort Worth. Nothing yet in East Tennessee. Yeah, I think you may have missed it. Sorry, The Truth. That was from The Truth. Wasn't there a...
Maybe he's an anti-eclipser. He doesn't believe it.
And Paul knows where his towel is. Okay. There was a Saturday Night Live sketch that had Melissa McCarthy in it, where commenters online had to come face to face with like the people they had commented on and the crazy comments that they had left. And her like handle's name was like Datruf, DATRUF, Datruf. And yeah, like the guy was like, so you said that this guy is a loser that plays with himself in his mom's basement, and then the guy comes out and he's like, do you really think that about me? The guy's like, no, you're a great guy. Yeah. So, for some reason that resonated with me a little more than others. Super chat from Outsider. Thank you for this, by the way. If only there was a live streaming camera on the moon facing Earth for eclipses. Ooh, I wonder what that view would look like. Huh. We'll have to do that for the next one. Maybe Starship will be going by then. They can like fit an extra camera. Just a little GoPro. We'll just land it on the moon, point it back. What would that look like, though? Actually, I think I know exactly what it would look like. It would just look like the Earth with a little shadow going across it. Probably wouldn't look that impressive, really. Yeah.
Isn't there a picture of an eclipse from the space station, and it's just like a black
little dot?
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing, though, like, because the path of totality, we see it in those like animated maps and stuff. It's like this perfect circle. But when you see the actual picture, it's just like a big fuzzy shadow that just happens to be one part in the middle where it actually goes total. So it's like it's funny because from the ground, like they were saying, like even if it's 99% covered, even if it's still only 1% left, it's still kind of bright, which we experienced. But I don't think you see that hard circle from space necessarily. I don't think so. So yeah, I would say from the moon, it probably would just look like a little smudge going across over a couple hours, maybe an hour or two.
New York's reached full totality.
You're in New York now, okay. That's a great question, though, Outsider. I appreciate you asking that, and thanks for the super chat. Ted Craft.
Yeah, go for it.
Let's small. Thanks, Joe and team, for this incredible stream to share with us. Here in Minnesota, it's cloudy and 75% coverage, but it did seem like the world dimmed for a minute. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Ted, and thank you for the super chat. We got so lucky. I'm literally gonna need a while to process how lucky we got today. Oh my God. I really was this far away from just being like, guys, like let's just hang out and eat hot dogs. Like, why even bother, you know? And it's been like really sunny ever since.
Yeah.
There's like hardly any clouds in the sky right now. Huh. So we're over New York right now, right?
Yes, Tupper Lake still.
Oh, this is still Tupper Lake. Okay.
They're following it still. Yeah.
I haven't even looked at it lately.
It's like, yeah. It's not a
Yeah. It's like 75% right now. So far, I've not blinded myself, so pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want to brag, but you know. Is this
Can you get me to
updated? Oh, there we go. Just real quick, I'm going to share with you guys the solar panel thing. I just find this really fascinating to watch, like how linear this is. That's what gets me about it. I wish I could make this bigger. I'll just click over here. Okay, do you see that dip right there? I'm trying to. It's kind of hard to point with my big fat finger. I mean, you can see that V happening in the orange line. That's the Those are from my solar panels. That's the. So what I'm looking for. That's how much energy is being generated from my solar panels anyway. So you can see how linear that is. That's what gets me about it. It is like a perfectly straight diagonal line and back up again. I don't know, sorry, it's fascinating to me. Because like our eyes don't really perceive the difference that much. You know, even if there's like 1% sun coming through, it still looks like a lot of sun, but that's like something literally measuring the amount of photons hitting it, so you can see exactly how linear that light thing is. Yeah, it's interesting to me. Stephen Britton, seen you around before. How you doing, man? So thank you for that super chat. Congratulations on a successful day. It clouded over just as totality began, but we ended up seeing a beautiful view here in southern Ontario. Oh, so we're already in southern Ontario. This puppy's almost over, guys.
I'm going to show you. Yeah, Holton, Maine's coming up on NASA.
Maine's coming up. Oh. I've got people like texting me now like, dude, did you see that? It's like, yes, I saw it. I saw it. Oh, we got the Eclipse cupcakes out.
They're hilarious. Have you seen them?
Yeah. Have I seen them? Yeah.
All the phases of the moon on cupcakes.
Well, I think the picture, yeah, the picture online looked a lot better. They're kind of janky, but whatever. They're fun. We got Eclipse cupcakes over here. So every cupcake is an Eclipse cupcake as you take a bite out of it. Think about it.
Especially if it has icing on it, you eclipsed the cupcake.
It's true.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I would too.
I just asked if you had to be out there yet, because I keep seeing you melt. You want to trade for a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I normally.
We probably got another 15 minutes or so. Then we're going to wrap all this up. Let me say, I'll bounce over here just real quick. So we still got 2,500 people watching. Thank you for flying with Joe Scott, Eclipses with Joe here on YouTube. I know we know you have many options in your Eclipse viewing. repertoire, and we appreciate. Good Lord.
They come on quick. Dude.
But no, I'm trying to be sincere for just a second and say like there's like a few thousand people that are still watching right now, even though it's moved on and we've had our moment here. And I just want to thank you guys all so much for joining me on this. I know this wasn't quite as fancy as maybe some others that people are doing, but it was pretty fancy for me. The team just knocked it out of the friggin' park. I'm just so excited that this happened, and I'm gonna be soaking in this for a while. But I really appreciate you guys being here. It really does mean a lot to me to just tune in and watch me eat hot dogs and make bad jokes. I'm glad that my bad jokes and hot dogs are so important to you guys. So another super chat from Kaylee. I appreciate that. See, I told you this was a success. Yeah, it was a success. Go all of us. Go moon that's 400 times smaller than the sun, but 400 times closer. Go universe. So, sorry, what are we looking at right now again?
Holton, Maine's about to hit full totality.
Holton, Maine.
I'll go for it. Go for it.
You know what gets me is like in all of the covers that I've been seeing and stuff, they keep talking about like, you know, the U.S. and Canada, and it's going to cross over into like Nova Scotia and stuff like that, or Newfoundland and whatnot. I'm probably not saying that right. Yeah. But I'm like, it went all the way through Mexico.
Yeah, they didn't even talk about it.
Nobody talks about Mexico. It's like, it's such a big country. It went all the way across. They got to see it first.
Cross the border, like? Who's crossed the border?
This open border policy, letting eclipses in, nothing stopping them.
We need a bigger ball. Not my America.
Ooh,
What do you mean?
nice. Oh, they just took the filter off. Yeah, cool. Diamond ring.
Bill, can you pan the camera to your left?
If you like it,
Not yours.
you should put a ring on it.
I'm surprised they never made like a Jared's engagement commercial around like the Eclipse, the diamond ring.
Yeah, has anybody seen any commercials from like Jarrett, the diamond ring store, around eclipses? Every eclipse begins with K.
Dude, you got 20 years to work
They had a
on
4-minute sale. If you got
If you come in during the eclipse, you get. If you miss the eclipse to get a ring. Do you remember the guy here in Dallas, like maybe, I don't know, 20 years ago or so? I forget was it the lumber warehouse or what? It was like 12-12 loop 12?
Oh, yeah,
12-12 loop 12. What was that?
Bert Gilliam used to do the car commercial. I don't care how you get here, folks. Just
Oh,
get
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Blazing Saddles, because he lives here.
But that was
He used
a
to do
car
some
dealership.
commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to do a bunch of car commercials. I filmed a few of them, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Started out, yeah.
We know
He was the nicest guy in the world. Yeah.
He's kind of local, isn't he?
Yeah.
We're talking about Birch and Gilliam, the guy who was in like Blazing Saddles, and Dr. Strangelove? No, Slim Pickens is who I'm thinking of, Dr. Strangelove. Yeah. Yeah!
during the Eclipse.
By the way, this is as close as I get to a cowboy hat, if anybody's wondering. But yeah, what was that, like a lumber surplus place, the 12-12 loop 12 guy? But it's like that takes a certain type of personality to be like, I'm just gonna look like a buffoon in commercials. I guess it works. See, this is the problem. I need to let go of some of my integrity. And I really don't have that much to start with, really. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm thinking. Crazy Joe's Furniture Mart.
Come on, got a Crazy Joe's Furniture Mart tonight.
Was it UHF where the guy's like, if you don't come down here, I'm gonna club this baby seal.
I think it was, yeah.
And they're watching just like. And they had Raoul's Wild Kingdom, where he licked the turtle and threw it up and it stuck on the ceiling. Isn't that crazy?
Does that really happen? Have we tested that?
I need to go find a turtle and see. Maybe there's like a hallucinogenic turtle that you lick it and you just think that it's floating on the ceiling. We're just spitballing now, people. So I'm through with the super chats. I'm gonna get in the regular chats. The normies. John Michaels is gonna club a seal to make a better deal. What if you were selling the clubs though? Ah, greetings from Finland. It's pretty cool that you stream this. No Eclipse here. You'll have one. It'll happen. Actually, I think they happen around the poles more often than here. Or I think when it does happen at the poles, it's stretched, so it like covers more landmass. So you're actually slightly more likely to see it up north somewhere. Ned Rig Nerd was at the lake fishing, caught my first fish of the year right as the sun was viewable without visors on. Wow, that'd be wild. That'd be kind of wild. And it's actually pretty toasty because I was like typing on it a second ago and it burnt my fingers. No, I'll tell you what. Let's wrap this up because it's all kind of over anyway. I want to thank all of you guys for being here and for all the people who submitted super chats and whatnot. It was super nice and so it certainly helps kind of like fund this whole thing, which was a whole ordeal. But it's cool. It's awesome. I don't know how to end live streams. It's probably better to just let the computer overheat and just call it a day.
You're back.
Yeah.
You're back, but it's a little. You're on.
I am back. Okay. Well, I can see myself on there, but anyway, let's just wrap this up. So, you guys, thank you so much for being here. This will be live on the internet, I guess, forever. So you can come back and look at it. I need to go see what that UFO was. Apparently, that flew past me. It was a bug. But this was an amazing experience. I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. And yeah, just like everybody has said, if you get a chance to see a total solar eclipse, do it. That was wild. I'd never seen. Yeah, that was amazing. So, wrapping it up. Thanks again, you guys, for being here. And I guess I will catch you the next time. I got a video coming out next week. See you then. Love you guys. Have a good one.